See.
There we
And
go.
I believe we're live. What's up, friends?
Hello.
Hey,
How are we all doing?
We're powering through. What's up? How's everyone?
We're powering through.
That's
What are we powering through?
Life.
tiredness.
Life? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Very exciting bunch. But you know what? I can pull it together.
Keep it together. There you go.
Well,
I can do.
what you drinking?
I have. Oh, check this out. I'm drinking Rheingeist from my favorite Cincinnati brewery, and this particular delectful flavor is Dad.
Lovely.
That's right.
What does Dad taste like?
It is a hoppy holiday ale.
I've seen some videos that have asked that same question.
Yeah, I just walked right into that, didn't I? Yeah, it's hoppy. It's delightful. It's a little bit Christmassy.
Yeah.
It's exactly like what you would expect it to taste like.
All right. Oh,
it's good.
Did you know that Saturday, November 18th is Sleepaway Camp 40th anniversary? I did not. So I got to watch Sleepaway Camp. Guys, have you seen Sleepaway Camp?
No.
I've never seen it. No, I've heard you talk about it. I've never seen it.
Guys, you got to watch Sleepaway Camp. It's not what you expect it to be. That's for sure. The reveal, him going and laughing the whole time. It's incredible.
Now I don't even know what to expect. Oh man, okay.
Perfect.
Very cool.
Great. Hi, Kane. Good to see you again. Hi, New Spooky
What's up,
Channel.
Folks?
Hello.
Good evening.
Well, I feel like I should ask you both first what geeky stuff you've been doing, what's been going on. I always have a million things, but also a lot of these people hear from me all the time. So,
but they
and yes, I'm looking creepy in a dungeon. I just want it to be a little dark.
I don't think it's creepy dungeon.
Low sensory.
No, it is very. Are you afraid of the dark?
I love Are You Afraid of the Dark?
It is. Yeah, you need like the little fire crackling.
It's Sleepaway Camp. Technically, they're at a camp. There is sleeping involved. It's sleepaway camp, so you're like sleeping away from home at the camp.
Mm-hmm.
But people die. Ooh, what's happening? Who's doing it? Ooh.
Spoilers.
It's a slasher film.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. So I can tell you that the thing I'm super excited about, and okay, help me, folks online. I've already taken a little bit of a poll here, but I just can't remember. Okay, so I do these Star Trek fan films, right?
Yes.
We just released a new one for the Starship Caliborn show. The name of the episode is Empyrean. I'll put a link in the chat in just a minute. Here's the funny thing is that I'm pretty sure thank you. Oh, my wife just brought me chocolate and water, but most importantly, chocolate. Here's the thing is that I have this like distinct memory of sharing a clip of it. I thought maybe here on the live stream, but then I looked back and I was like, wait, we didn't do one in October. So the last one was in September. The episode had not been released at that point. I was not near done editing at that point. I couldn't have shown it here. Does anybody have a recollection? Did I do it?
Who cares? Roll the footage anyways.
I don't remember.
Do it anyways.
I'll pull it up. I'm very excited about it. It's been out for like a month now. We released it on October 13th, Friday the 13th. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was the first one where I was able to like do all the editing and do all the post-production on a lot of the sound effects, throw the music together and stuff like that. You know, y'all know that's my favorite part. Like this whole being on camera thing is weird.
I love it for you.
But being behind the camera is a lot of fun. And yeah, it was a ton of fun. Let me see if I can pull up a scene. And then let's see. Okay, to share this, let's see. What am I going to need to do? I am going to need to. Is there any like? Do I have to share audio settings or anything like that, or is that just all going to?
I don't believe so. It should just automatically add that audio.
All right. Well, folks in the chat or on here, yell at me if stuff is not working. I'm going to share my screen, and let's pull up this. No, I don't want to share the video that we're streaming from. That would be really trippy.
All right. The Omnibus Brothers bros would do it a lot, but accidentally nice. It's like this, like in it. I was like, please just share. Do you guys only have one screen? What are you doing? You can share. You can share one tab even. Usually when I share something, it's like one tab. And so if I move anything else, it doesn't share the rest, which is nice, but also confusing.
Yep. All right, here we go. All right, I'll share a quick little scene.
Well, Andrew's frozen, but we can see. There we go. You're back.
Hi, Captain. Nothing in range yet. Sick bay. Prepare for overflow of patients. Loon, I need that transporter flow moving. Diverting. Reserve power to the transport system, so well done. Jex, you're at the con. Loon on me.
Oh, the transport looks great.
Thanks. That was a lot of fun. All right, I got to cut it right there because something very important happens right after that. And I don't want to do spoilers, so there you go.
So good. It's wild. It's wild how good the set is.
It's a lot of fun. So that set, yeah, like everything you saw right there, that's all built. That none of that was like green screened or anything like that. There are other parts that we're limited to what we have. So like there's other parts where we extended and stuff. But yeah, this, man, it's so much fun. Yes, and James, you're totally right. Don't wear a red shirt in Star Trek.
Yeah. Newspoo, you'll have to watch it to see what happens next.
That's right. Oh yeah, I need to throw the link in the channel. Let's do that right now. Oh, you know what? I've got an easy to read link. Well, I'll throw them both in.
Rob Andrew has shown us some of his Star Trek work.
Yep. Sorry.
What are you up to?
I'm glad y'all got the Star Trek talk out of the way because I have nothing to contribute. May the Force live with you always, or whatever.
Yep,
no.
No.
Live long and prosper, the Force.
Okay, Gandalf.
None shall pass.
So yeah, that's what I've been up to lately. Yeah, we just put that out, and that's been a lot of fun. Please leave a comment, by the way, if you do happen to watch it. Please let me know what you think, because I'm all about like let's do what we can do to make this even better and more entertaining for everybody. And we're already working on the next one. I'm editing the next one. It's in post-production, so
yeah.
Yep. What about everybody else? Tina, what have you been up to?
As some of you know, because you've joined the live stream with Omar, I've been reading Berserk. So I finally started that. Blade of Immortal. I've been reading that one. And then I've been playing Mineko's Night Market, which is really buggy. I'm kind of sad about that one.
Oh, are you playing on the Switch or the PS5?
PS5.
I was gonna say that's a great game. That's a great game.
It's
I've
a
heard
great
really good
game.
things about it.
It is pretty buggy, which makes me sad because like if you go and like you speak to one of the vendors at the night market, like one of the game guys, every once in a while it'll like glitch and just freeze, so you can't access the menu, and you literally have to close out of the game and go back in. So there's some bugs they really need to fix.
What platform did you say you're playing it on?
PS5.
I was gonna say I played on Switch. I don't remember. Okay, that's strange. Oh yeah, keep playing it.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely playing it. I'm at the about 75% in.
That's cool. That's fun.
Rob, what about you?
Hold on a second before we jump into. Oh, do you want to? Yeah, I got a couple of questions in here. So, first of all, thank you very much. Yeah, please go check this video out. Where was it? Somebody asked, do you need to watch the other ones? And how long does it take to edit these videos? So I shared a link in here. The second link that I shared, the bit.ly link, is actually the playlist for all the episodes that we have so far. You don't really need to watch them. I mean, so far it's a pretty self-contained. Sorry, what I mean is like there is some character introductions. You can certainly go back to the first one, but you're not going to miss out on anything if you just jump straight to this episode. This
so
is
it's not episodic. It's
like there's no story arc or anything like that. Everything so far, every episode is its own thing. It does share the characters. Yeah, it's self-contained, but you do get to introduce to these characters a little bit over time. So it would, if you enjoyed this one, go back to the first one and watch a few of them in order. I didn't have as much to do with those episodes, so like I'm excited about them and they're neat, but like I'm a little more jazzed about these.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. Understandably.
Then, yeah, it's a lot of fun. And then the other question was, how long does it take to edit one of these? A long time. It takes a long time. It goes a little quicker the more you do them, but I don't even know. I'm sure, like, I won't count this in hours, of course. I'll count this in days and probably weeks. Just because I was doing so much, and I was doing a lot of little meticulous things like cleaning up shots. I actually, fun fact, there was only one shot in this whole 8.5-minute video that doesn't have special effects in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How do you do the special effects? Do you do that, or how's that work?
It depends. I tend to do a lot of the like more subtle ones. So like the ones that don't stand out to you as special effects. So like there are a few shots in this that are like the ship flying in outer space. We have somebody that does that. He does an amazing job. His name's Ross. He does a fantastic job doing all this stuff. So he handles a lot of that stuff. I've got somebody else that did some of the effects for like the computer screens that you see on camera. And then a lot of the ones that I did were little subtle things like, oh shoot, we accidentally left this like weird wall art thing on the wall for sickbay. That's not supposed to be there. So like I would paint that out and do subtle things like, oh, we didn't have the ability to turn on the red alert lights in all the different rooms. So I'll go back and add that in post-production. So it's a lot of like little
That's
subtle
so
things.
fun.
Yeah. So
that's really cool.
And yes, and my partner in crime right here, Sarah, who,
Sarah!
by the way, if you, yes, for those of you who don't know, this is my partner, Sarah.
And she is a babe.
She is a babe. She's also, if you go watch this video, she is the star in it. She
I was
plays.
going to say, she's the first person you see.
Yes, she is. In fact, yes, she's the very first person you see, and she's calling out right here that I did actually technically kind of add some special effects to that one shot that didn't have special effects in it, in that I slowed it down. We didn't shoot it as slow-mo, but I kind of did that later on. So technically there are no scenes, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway. So yeah, there you go. Hair flip duly deserved. She did a fantastic job in this. And she is the reason that I'm involved in this to begin with, because the short story goes that a friend of ours who knows her better than me, asked her to be on the show, and so she was all excited about doing the acting part, which is an amazing job. And I just kind of came along for the ride, and I'm happy to be there supporting.
Now, I'm sure Sarah would say Andrew does. Now, Sarah's great hair, and Sarah's a hottie with a body. I mean, look at that.
I mean, Andrew,
I'm not gonna lie,
it just got great hair.
It just came about. Thank COVID. Don't thank COVID. Yeah. Anyway, all right. Sorry. Back to y'all. Rob, what's new?
Yeah, what's happening?
What is it? Hold on. What does your shirt say?
Horror game.
Horror game? Oh, I like that.
Horror games. What is new? October is the month of baby birthdays. So everyone's birthday, all my kids' birthdays are in October. So I have no money in the month of October.
Sounds like, no, I'm not going to say what I'm going to say.
Yes. What you're about to say, Maddie, is exactly correct.
That's the high, you have a certain month of high productivity.
Yeah, I have a theory about that, which I'm not going to share. So I was like,
That's for a party or an AMA. That's not for a regular.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a PG-13 stream. But I have a theory. But yeah, so I have no money, but it was really cool doing stuff with the kids and birthdays and Halloween, and we did like
with Scare Fest and everything.
It's been a lot of fun. So October we're poor, just like May we're poor. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre game is going well.
Okay.
We're about to release some new cool content. We just announced like the names and the map that we're doing. So check out. I was doing a live stream earlier today, so this is the second time I get to do sliding the things and doing things. So we're about to release some new content. That's a lot of fun. And I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it. We're heading back to the mocap studio. So that's going to be fun too.
I'm freaking jealous of you having access to a mocap studio.
I'll tell you what, you fit in my luggage, and you can come with me.
Yes, please do that. Yes,
that's
I will curl up small.
My guess is, and again, maybe I'm speaking out of turn. Maybe my guess is we'll post like a pictures, video. We'll do something so people can see behind the scenes. like our company, Gun, has been very transparent about the development process because, to be frank, people just don't know how games are made. Like, and it's a miracle that games are made. So Gun has been very proactive about talking about things going on behind the scenes, what we're working on, and new characters, and the process of building a character and putting them in the game and all that. So yeah, I'm sure, like, this is a way like next year later thing this might happen, but like I think those things will happen. So like I have fun. So, been very busy with the game.
Yeah.
Also, if I may tell a gaming story,
you may.
Let me tell it. Let's see, it's 9/16. 9/16. A thorn in my side has been relieved. Many years ago, maybe you all have heard. Have you all heard of the Sharp X68000 gaming PC? It's a Japanese computer.
Nope.
Capcom used it to develop like Final Fight and Strider and Street Fighter, things like that. It's a very awesome Japanese PC that had amazing games, including probably the best version of Castlevania, Kumiko Dracula. So when I was a little kid, I guess when I say little kid, I mean like 20s and 30s. I always wanted one, but it's one of those things like the Neo Geo that like, it's just not acquirable, right?
Yeah.
It just wasn't a thing. It cost too much because it was like $3,000 back in the late 80s, early 90s. So there's no chance. Look, there it is.
Is this it?
My baby! Mine's black because the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. But yes, that's exactly what it looks like. I never thought I would own one of these things, but a couple of years ago, I'm trolling the forums and things like that, and I see a guy who has one for sale, and like it's cheaper than they normally are. Normally, there's even though it came out at $3,000, they're still expensive.
Yeah.
Now. And this dude was like, "Hey, I've recapped this. I put a new power source in. I've done this, that, and the other, but one of the drives doesn't work. The volume pot doesn't work, and then one or two other things. So it made it still expensive, but much cheaper. Like maybe kind of affordable." With the wife yelling at me, "Why do you spend all this money?" But still, like, I can't, like, I can still feed the kids. So I'm like, dude, let's do the thing. Give him the money. And here is a critical juncture. He asked me, "Do you want me to ship this UPS priority or first class?"
Oh, no.
I chose the wrong thing. This is right before COVID.
Oh, no.
It takes 5 months with an in my house, and like it just like I have a tracking app because I have a Superior Pixel, and like it tracks things very well, and like it just stopped tracking because it's supposed to be here in a week. It just stopped tracking. I'm like, ugh. And I'm calling USPS. I'm like filing a claim. We had insurance on it. They're like, denied. And then like I give them more information. They're like, denied. Then I have a conversation. They're like, here's the receipts. Here's everything. Exactly that right there.
Correlation? I don't know.
Denied. I'm like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? And like it's one of those things where it really bothered me because it's not like I can go to like Walmart or Target and be like, oh, this is lost in the mail. I'll just go buy it. No, this is like this dude's custom recap, refurb thing. I can't get it any other way. I'm trolling Yahoo auctions in Japan. It's $1,000. I'm like, I don't have that. What am I supposed to do with this? So months go by. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And then all of a sudden it goes, arrived in Lexington. I'm like, what? What? It's been 5 months.
They found it at the corner of a warehouse. No, this has happened to me before. Like they found it at the corner of the warehouse. They found it stuck in the netting.
It's probably at the one next to the weird Dairy Queen where all the weird stuff happens all the time. Between the Dairy Queen and the Mexican restaurant. That one.
I think you are exactly what happened. So it showed arrived in Lexington. I'm like, what? This has been 5 months. So it shows up. The box is in perfect condition. The insides are in perfect. So like I thought it got wet, smashed. Off. No, it was in perfect condition. So there's already trauma for the thing to get to me, and it works. It's beautiful. A couple of years down the road, I'm using it, and I notice it has bus errors. Andrew, you're a computer guy, bus IO errors, things like that. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's busted again. I find a guy, and he's like, I can fix it. He's in Tennessee. I send it to him. This is where I messed up. Second time I messed up.
Again?
At the one, yeah, exactly. There's some dude in the car. So I messed up again. What I often do whenever I have to ship something, I go to like the UPS store or like one of the box stores. I'm like, here, you deal with it and ship it. And I just give them money. No. See, Tina, see how you're turning your head?
Yeah.
Again, I messed up a second time. I was like,
it might have been cheaper just to drive it down to Tennessee.
You could probably figure out where the story is going. The fact that I should have done that, right? So I give them the money. It's like, y'all deal with it. It's fine. It goes to the guy, but it comes back the same way that he sent it as it was packed up. This is like late at night. It gets back to my house. I'm excited. Yay, my baby's fixed. Daddy's girlfriend's back, and there's gonna be gaming. Hey ya, my Sharp is back. Open it up.
Yeah.
It's in pieces, literally in pieces.
No.
And I have like a video, like, you know, we have one of those camera doorbell things. Like I have a video of the UPS guy going, I'm like, I don't think that did it. I think it happened in transit, but this going didn't help. So I open this up. There's pieces. My wife, she goes, like she sees my face. She goes, hey kids, let's go upstairs and go to bed. Don't talk to your They left. And I have never been so angry, sad, crushed, disappointed, because I'm like,
you gotta talk. That's the kind of thing you talk to a therapist about. You're like, listen, I get what level of world problem this is, but I went through a trauma today. I gotta talk about it.
I literally went through trauma. So I bring it up, actually right here where I'm sitting right here, open it up. It's in pieces. It doesn't boot. Everything's disconnected. It's just discombobulated. So I eventually get like this of course is at midnight, 1 a.m. I'm messing the dude, I got this back, but it doesn't work. It's in piece. I'm sending him snapshots. There's like transistors that are loose. If I push the transistor in and I'll put my foot up, like it boots. So like it's not completely broken after I put everything back together because
stuff came a little unseated.
Yes, everything came unseated. Tina, this is why I love you, and you fill in the gaps for me, right? So like if I start it up, it's okay, but if I do anything else, it shuts down. I'm like, oh my god. But the problem is, like, I know how to use a soldering iron, but like that little transistor, it broke off because like. I can't do micro
It's tiny.
soldering.
It's so tiny.
No.
Like I worked in a computer
That's what
store.
she
I
said.
did computer repairs.
Yeah.
No.
So, okay, Maddie.
Yeah.
I used to make fun of the youth talking about, I need a mental health day. I used to do this. But as I got older, it's like, you know, these are the things that persons of color are going through. There just wasn't a label assigned to it. This whole instance, like I was just done, depressed, and again, first world problems. Hey, 90s computer doesn't work.
You know, the things that bother you are things that bother you. I mean, like the thing you really cared about, and you put a lot of money in, and you were excited, and it, you know,
exactly, 100%. So I reached out to the guy, and he's a good dude. He's actually a good guy. He's like, listen, I'm so sorry this happened. Let's make it right. I will mail you the transistor that you need. I will pay for someone to do the soldering work. I'll take care of you. Yes, Josh. So I was like, okay, what I'm going to do is disassemble it completely, take the motherboard, find like he suggests a cell phone repair shop to try and do the soldering, right? Again, I used to make fun of the use. Oh, this is so stressful. Dude, it took me a month and a half to build up the gumption to take this thing apart and get the motherboard out. Like just to I want to do this today. I can't do it. Okay, I'm going to do it today. I can't. Exactly. So after a month and a half, I finally get the motherboard out, put in the box. Okay, I'm going to find someone to repair it. So I go to a cell phone repair shop. I'm like, hey, can you? I don't bring it in because again, it's an old Japanese PC and like air can destroy it. Can you do this soldering job? It's not nano work, it's micro work. Can you do this? And dude's like, he has like wacky hippie hair. He's like, oh yeah, man, I can solder like a mug. I'm like, praise the Lord, I can go do this, right? Then I go back with the equipment. He goes, oh, I'm sorry, we can't cover that. I'm like again, my face went from This happened over the course of another month, 2 more times.
Oh, I bet.
And I'm like, I'm never going to get this fixed. It's
because you're talking to like 20, maybe close to 30-year-olds, and they're like, I've never seen this ancient pieces. Will you bring it into my house?
That's exactly right. That's the dude was a young guy. It's like, I got this. Oh,
yeah.
No.
What is that?
I don't got this.
So finally, this is the other day, literally the other day. The Lord shined a light on my brain and said, hey, Rob, don't be stupid. You know all these guys that know Pinball Repair. Ask one of them.
Oh, shit, yeah. That's the way to go.
And like, I'm going to need a spoiler on whether it's totally fiction or you can go on. I'm so stressed out for you. I want you to, the reason I'm pulling this out is because Seriously, this has been super stressful. First world problem, super stressful. So I messaged one of the pinball repair guys, and I didn't think about them initially because pinball repair is big, like thick wires and big pieces, not micro and nano. So I messaged this guy. I'm like, hey man, I need this Japanese motherboard. It needs to be desoldered. The posts need to be pulled out. It needs to be resoldered with a transistor. Can you do this? And there he's like, yeah, dude, I can do that in like 10 minutes. I'm like, and he lives close by. So I take my motherboard that's already been wrapped up for the month and a half sitting on the side, go to his house, and I'm like, here it is, my baby. And like, he's a really cool guy. And he's like talking like, hey man, I can show you this and this. And meanwhile, like, I'm interested in what he has to say. He's a cool guy.
Can you take care of my child first?
Yes, can you please fix my baby? So he showed me everything he does. He's like the desoldering iron and all these cool tools. He's like, yeah, you just do desolder, pulls out the beep, 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 pulls out the post, puts the real one in, solder, clips 3 posts, should be good to go. Seriously, it's like 10 minutes of work for him. Me, I'm like, I brought a bag so I can hyperventilate into it. But again, I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if there's been additional damage because it's just the motherboard. So we get done at like 10:30 at night. Take it back home slowly. And again, I had to get some bourbon. Today's bourbon selection is Bullet Single Barrel Edition. So I loaded up with this in case things went awry. Put everything back together. My wife, she's like being very calm because she sees me putting things back together. Plug it all in, hit the power button. It's all blue. I'm like, oh my God, it's all blue. Wait a minute. There's color pots inside of it. It's back. My baby's back. I literally shed a tear. I was like, it's working. So at midnight, 12:30 at night, I'm messaging this guy. Now he's a little bit older and he has like a job and responsibilities. 12:30. Oh my God. Listen, I'm drinking too. Oh my God, dude. Anyways, oh my God. I'm sending him pictures. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm glad it works. Can I go back to bed? So all that huge, long-winded story is to say my Sharp X68000 is back, and I've played it nonstop, and it's been working like a mug. It's been an absolute pleasure to have my baby back.
I'm happy for you.
Thanks. That was a story. Wow.
That was a long one.
That's the thing, though. Like, it's still like pieces of the plastic are still broken, and I've kind of super glued them back as best as I can. But, like, I could buy new parts. Thank you, James. I could buy new parts to replace like the front panels and stuff, but like after it's already gone through like 5 months to get to me, and then all this, like
at a certain point, you'd be like, I can't.
Yeah. Oh no! What you need to do is, what's that Japanese art where you put the gold, like the Chinese and Japanese art? You put the gold and
we did that with the tea set. We got this tea set in and it was broken, and like the Japanese person's like, glue it back together, and then it's called this style because it's put back together and the scars tell the story. So
because they played it with gold, and I can't remember
that it's word. Something.
Yeah. That word, if I can find it before we get off the stream, I'll tell you. But that's what
I'll look it up.
So
I'm
there's
pretty
still
sure
like
Sarah will
broken pieces of it. So it like, but I don't want to change a thing because it's gone through so much trauma.
Kintsugi.
That.
So KINTSUGI. Kintsugi.
Can you type that in the chat
old
so people can see it?
Yes.
So the short version, it looks like I bought a mini one in the interim. Here, put me full screen, please.
Yep. Hold on.
So this is the mini version of what this thing looks like.
That's
and
cool.
This mini version has done a great job of doing like emulation of it. Like it's been very compatible. It's also been a little expensive. Getting it from Japan to America has been a challenge. And this actually, I thought this would satiate the fact that my real one was busted.
But you
made
knew
it
what
worse.
you wanted.
but it was really like everything is all back. Everything is back. Everything is whole. So now I can like, that's it. Thank you very much, Kintsugi. That's it. So that's what's going on with me playing classic Japanese games. And someone asked in the question, what was the first game you played in it? Hold on. I'm going to answer. Hold on.
There he goes.
Show and tell with Rob is the best.
I
wish I had the ability to move the camera around.
This game right here, Akumajo Dracula. So this is a remake of Castlevania, like the NES Castlevania for the there we go.
Oh yeah.
For the 16-bit computer system. So this is like if you play it, like, oh yeah, this is Castlevania, but obviously much better graphics and like the packaging is ridiculous. Like it comes with like these discs and this manual and all this other stuff. It's really cool.
What's
so
the
yeah,
format?
this is the first thing. And the MIDI soundtrack, like the default soundtrack is really good, but the MIDI soundtrack is godly S tier. So
is it like a 8-track type case for the game, or
it's an 8-track like cut case? And the here I will show you the actual. It's a 5 1/4.
Oh really? Oh yeah.
Wow.
It's just,
really?
It's literally floppy disks.
Really?
Wow.
And there's like a user disk for you. I can save my data. Yeah. So
that's so great.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
My nerdiness. It's like, again, and I hate to keep saying this, first world problems. Like this is not like but as a gamer of retro gaming, this is the thing that I love. It literally for months I would walk into my game room. We actually have done 2 streams, I think, 2 or 3 streams, where it was sitting right here, broken literally in pieces. And I'm just like, blah, 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 video game. 4 to 5.
Yeah.
Because of the despair of not being able to find someone who can solder and desolder and do the thing. So once you find someone, here's your life tip. Yes, Castlevania Chronicles on the PS1. And here's a fun tip. When you boot that game on PS1, hold the top L and R buttons, and then you'll get the menu for like the 3 MIDI tracks. Like, so start to do that. And you can hear like the really cool, awesome music. So the long and short version of this story is positive thinking and find someone who can solder.
Yeah, I like this kind of
for the rest of the show. There you go.
Yes, we love it. Like Dice was talking to me.
The fact that you know that, well, of course you do. Of course you do. Yeah. It was Tuesday. Yeah,
he was like, destroyed your village was the worst day of your life. Yeah, but for me, it was Tuesday.
Yeah, it was. He was like, I'm done.
That movie's so quotable.
I'm going to drink some booze. I'm going to stress.
Yeah, that was. Thanks for sharing, Rob. Holy crap! Wow, Maddie.
Yeah. We
haven't heard from you yet.
Yeah.
I was let have their turn first. These people hear me all the time. So, I've been busy. I finished Yakuza 0. Been playing Yakuza Ishin, which has all the Yakuza characters, but they're like, and like their faces, but they're like real Shinsengumi people, which is like feudal Japan era. Right when Western influence started to get in. So it's like you have the last like stronghold of like samurai, basically. It's like the best way to talk about it. And that game's really fun. And I immediately did what I do with every Yakuza game, which is stop playing the main story and only do the side story and whatever like business venture they put in there. And so in this one, it's basically more of like Stardew Valley Harvest Moon, because you have a house and you like grow crops and you sell them. And then you have pets. And I was like, done. I will do this until I am have enough money and I feel bored with it, and then I'll finish the game.
Yep.
So we'll see when that happens, because that's
nice.
And I'm already excited for the next Yakuza game. Well, they've changed it to Like a Dragon as a new title, but
yes,
the new Like a Dragon game, which was my favorite RPG I played this year, and probably my favorite in the past like 5 years, because I platinumed it, loved it. I talked about it a lot in this show earlier in the year. The new game comes out in January.
Yes, January.
And the side game is essentially Animal Crossing. It's essentially Animal Crossing. They're like, hey, like here's a game. We're doing more of this. We're gonna have like a Pokemon thing, but with like people that you recruit. I was like, cool, that sounds great. All the regular side games, like, oh, by the way, you'll have an island resort that you customize, and you have to make the residents happen. You have to build houses and decorate them. And I was like,
and that's just a side game. That's not even the main game. That's just a side game.
I'm so excited, because I hope that this. I've been so busy, a lot of like life stuff, work stuff, new job, whatever. All I want to do when that comes out is I really just want to not ever see anybody, and I just want to do that for like a month. That's all I want, and probably a few months, because that comes out. Final Fantasy comes out. I just am not gonna be able to see anybody ever again. It is
It's been
on.
so intense
It's
with video
not
games.
on Switch, actually.
Hmm.
The problem is you have to do other
PlayStation.
stuff like fight people with swords.
Yeah.
So it's not just farm and pets.
But
It's a
it
very small portion of it.
Right.
Yeah, the game is Yakuza Like a Dragon. What's the subtitle?
Which one? The new one
Yes.
that's coming out?
Yes.
Infinite
Hawaii
Wealth.
something? Okay.
Infinite Wealth.
Infinite Wealth.
When they release the promo, they show him naked. He wakes up naked on a beach in Hawaii, but he's Japanese. He doesn't understand English, and he's just really confused. He doesn't know he's naked yet. And they do the trope where he keeps walking in front of things, right? So you never see his butt, but you don't see the.
Of course you do.
It's so funny, so funny. Yeah, so we played that. Elliot got Baten Kaitos 1 and 2 in the remaster. So we played through the first one. We're playing through the second one. Rather, he's playing. I have the guide open. Unfortunately, they didn't release a physical walkthrough for the second one. We have the first one.
Mhm.
Listen, I understand why they don't sell those. I get it. You don't need to. You have the internet. You can look up guides.
Yeah, now you have the internet.
I love a physical guide so much, even though a lot of times the physical guides have so many typos and errors and they're wrong. But it doesn't matter. It's convenient. I love a physical guide.
Yeah.
And a lot of these online guys, like, the guides suck. They're not very good. They're not intuitive. They're not laid out well. Right? They all came out in 2007 and they're all formatted the same way on GameFAQs. And they're not great to have to read through it. Everyone wants to be clever. It's like reading a recipe online where they're like, hey, here's my life story before I tell you what to do. That's what GameFAQs guides are like. They're like, here's my little joke I put in here. And I'm like, no. Just tell me where to go and that's it. And you're like, isn't it silly when this character said that? I don't care, sir.
I also got
the guide.
things back in the day when I have 60 pages of Samurai Showdown, and it's like 5 that are actually useful. I feel you.
I hate it. And then just watching stuff. I saw Marvels on Monday. I really liked it.
Yep.
Expectations were low. Like
I heard that they have really good synergy.
Yeah, everyone just like vibes well together. It's just fun. It's not it's not groundbreaking in any way. It's just a fun Marvel film. There's a lot of cats in it. Andrew takes Sarah to go see it or watch it at home. There's a lot of cats in it. Tina, a lot of cats. Kittens and cats. Lots of cats everywhere.
Okay, that's how you sell it to me, right? Cats.
Yep. It was great. And I am now 3 movie tickets away from Movie Club Platinum. That's right. I've seen 3 movies the past 2 weeks.
Wow.
Saw Marvels. I saw The Leftovers, which is like Paul Giamatti. It's set during the Vietnam War. It's shot like it's during that. They're at a school. It's like a boarding school. They get stuck there for Christmas. Loved it. 10 out of 10. Saw that new Meg Ryan film where she and Dave Duchovny are stuck in an airport. Had a great time.
I like Dave Duchovny. I like Meg Ryan. Okay.
What has inspired you to go like hit the movie theaters so much all of a sudden?
Well, I already had Movie Club.
I've been wondering about this. Okay.
I already have Movie Club, which is like the Cinemark thing. So I pay like a monthly thing, but I get 20% off concessions. I have no like online fees. And then I get like a movie ticket that rolls over and whatever, and I get discounted prices for tickets. And so I was already watching movies often because I was always trying to catch like the next like superhero movie or whatever, and we go to the movies a lot. And usually if my friends go, I buy all the tickets and reserve it, and then we go anyways. And then, partway through the year, I'm like, wait a second, I could get enough to do Movie Club Platinum. So it's been my own personal goal for the year, because once you hit it, you have it until the end of next year. So at the end of next year, I'm going to have 25% off on concessions. I can buy multiple tickets at a discounted price. So instead of paying 12 per person, I pay like 10. So you're earning that money back. Plus, I'm building up rewards points, which I can use towards buying new tickets. I'm a consumer now. I'm stuck in the Cinemark, okay? I'm there all the time. I know when the new buckets come out. They didn't release one for Five Nights at Freddy's. That's fine. That's okay. They should have. It's okay. So now I'm just ready. I've already planned all the next movies I'm seeing in the next few months. So the Mean Girls musical, that's coming out. The new Hayao Miyazaki movie, Studio Ghibli, comes out in December.
I definitely want to see that. The Heron and the Boy,
The Boy and the Heron, yeah.
Boy and the Heron, I got it. Yes.
They'll be showing some Satoshi Kon movies, like Tokyo Godfathers is going to be in theaters. Paprika's going to be in theaters. The Cowboy Bebop movie's going to be in theaters. Yeah, go in the movies with me, Andrew.
Okay. Yeah. I was asking about this, but you inspired me because I was talking to Dan last weekend and Omar and we were talking about movie theaters and I realized, oh my gosh, I think the only movie I've seen in a theater this year was Barbie.
Well, that was a good one.
I think. I mean, maybe I'm forgetting something because we all know my memory doesn't go past like the last 2 weeks, but
listen, I'm the girl to talk to. If you're like, man, I want to go to the movies, I can be like, here's what's come out this month.
I saw Oppenheimer. I saw that in the theater.
Did you see Barbie, though? Don't tell me you saw Oppenheimer, not Barbie.
Listen.
Right.
I tried. Barbie.
I saw Barbie twice.
I work downtown. Barbie was right there. So like my plan was to watch Oppenheimer and then the next day watch Barbie. But something happened. And something
you watched
again.
Oppenheimer for 3 hours. You
Dude,
could watch Barbie twice.
So I still
I would have done, Rob. I would have watched Oppenheimer first.
Tina, you guys listen.
Give me a good World War II movie.
No, shut up. Barbie was so good. I saw it twice. That movie of the year, Barbie. Okay. Well, it's Barbie, and then it's like The Leftovers, and that's the other movies I forgot that I saw this year. So,
yeah, totally.
So I'm going to see it. I'm going to see it. I'm all in. I just like it's going to be. It is already out on physical media, so I'm just going to buy it. It's like $10. Buy it.
You can get a Blu-ray of it from Best Buy for Black Friday.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just going to do that.
There you go.
But yeah, I mean, I've been doing a lot of that. Oh, I didn't talk about. I've been playing the watermelon game. Now I finally stopped. Now we didn't do a show last month, so I wasn't able to talk about the watermelon game.
Suika.
Yeah.
Suika. So Suika is Japanese for watermelon. So this is the the type is starting to die down, so you'll see a little bit less of it. But it was like the top game on the Japanese Switch store. It's very hard. Now, when I explain it to you, you'll be like, Maddie, that sounds like any game. You're wrong, okay? And I'll explain to you why. So basically, you're matching fruits together. And when the two fruits touch, they become a bigger fruit. And there's a whole line. You want to get a watermelon, okay? That's your goal.
Okay.
But here's the thing. All the fruits are different sizes. They're going to move a little bit. They're going to shuffle a little bit. It takes big brain energy to make your watermelon. And everyone's like, okay, we'll have to get over 3,000 score. That's the goal. And this blew up over Japanese Twitch. Blew up. And it started coming to American Twitch. So everybody was playing it. Because it's addictive. And you think, you watch people and you're like, I could do this. Those idiots, I could do that. And that's what I thought. So I went ahead, like 4 days before it was released on North American Switch stores, right? I get myself my Japanese Nintendo Switch card on PlayAsia. I go on the Japanese, I make a Japanese account. I download the game for $2.50. I play the hell out of this game. And then 4 days later, it releases on North American Switch stores. But anyways, this game is so addictive and so fun. And the fruit are so cute. And all you want to do is make a damn watermelon. and you think, oh, man, I made over 3,000. That's pretty good. And you get stuck, right? Because eventually it hits the top. It boils over like, Tetris and all this. And then some, you know what? We don't care about as a channel. We don't give it. Some motherfucker found out he was able to make 2 watermelons. And when those watermelons touch, they all disappeared. You can start over. It's crazy. Listen.
Oh, no.
The watermelon game community on YouTube and Twitter. Do yourself a favor. Just buy it. It's like 250 cents.
Yes, it's $3.
It's cheap. It's cheap. It's cheap. It's a good in between game playing.
Oh yeah,
thing.
it's addictive. Just let yourself dissociate and play the watermelon game. Okay.
Yeah, I've spent whole days doing that. I love the Halloween version.
Oh, the Halloween ones are great. I hope they do a Christmas one. You just watch it.
Yeah, I missed the Halloween.
Oh, Sarah, you have to play it. Sarah, you'll love it. Trust me. It's just that part of our brain, Sarah, and it feels so good. You just sit there and you watermelon game and you watch TV and you just watermelon game. And that's it. So my happiest days of my life, watermelon game.
And I will say, this is legit. Everything you just said.
Sounds amazing.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's great. The best $3 you'll spend on the eShop.
So good.
Have you played Cosmic Wheel of Sisterhood?
Nope.
Look it up.
I did play Song of Farka, where I was a private detective that was on house arrest, so I had to use drones and hacking to solve crimes and help people. That very cool. Was on sale on Steam. Very cool. Anyway, sorry.
This one's also on Switch if you spend some time doing your watermelon, but then flip over to this game if you want something a little bit more serious, more introspective. It's like something like 7 different endings. You're a witch that has ascended to witchhood. You have a bunch of sister witches, and basically you have summoned this big guy, and you're trying to find a way to get either back in your coven or something like that. But it's really interesting. It more deals with interrelationships between people.
Oh, I like that. Let me add to the list. I think next game I'm going to download is A Little to the Left, because I think I'm feeling a little anxious as the seasons change, or I'm a little tired. I want to play a weird puzzle thing. I mean, it seems like patterns. You put stuff in patterns together.
Viewfinder
game.
I don't know this game.
A Little to the Left.
A Little to the Left.
I love weird puzzle games.
Well, I was going to say, like, the TGAs were just announced at the Video Game Awards, and a lot of like games that people need to be playing, like Venma and Viewfinder and things like that. Dave the Diver, which is not an independent game.
I want to play Dave the Diver so bad.
It's really
so good.
So
I listen, Andrew. You see it, you'll get it.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So the controversy behind Dave the Diver is like it's like up for best indie game, but like the company who developed the game, they're owned by Nexon, and Nexon's $1 million company, so it's not.
That's been one of those. Yeah, Bessies were just talking about that. They're like, at what point do you consider something an indie game or not if it's owned technically by a larger like AAA company? Like where do we draw the line of it?
And if you go to like their website, they specifically say we are not an indie studio. Like they say it, but yet
and they still put them up there.
Yeah, they say and there.
And
gotcha. like I'm not going to get on a rant about the TGAs, the Game Awards, but I think there needs to be some more guidelines on how things work. Like it has Super Mario Wonder and Street Fighter 6 as a multiplayer game, and Baldur's Gate as a multiplayer game. Like those are not multiplayer games. Our game, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, is a multiplayer game, but these 3 games are not multiplayer. Like the difference in multiplayer is 75% of your game needs to be played online, and Baldur's Gate, Super Mario, and Street Fighter, those are not it. But
no, I agree. I think the problem is there's so many games now that I really feel like if you're going to be a legitimate game award, you really need to take the time to really flesh that out, because the medium has grown so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. That really things are so different. It's like saying, okay, RPG. You can't anymore. There's so many different types.
Right.
Or simulation. Like it's just, and I know that bogs it down, but at some point you're going to have to let it do that.
Yeah. And I don't know what Dave the Diver, what category it should specifically be in, because it does deserve some sort of award.
Oh yeah.
Like Venma and like Viewfinder, like these other games too. Like it absolutely deserves an award. But best indie, that's not what that is. Super Mario Wonder is not a multiplayer game. Street Fighter is not a multiplayer game. Baldur's Gate is not a multiplayer game. You could argue that Baldur's Gate is an indie game.
I did play all of Baldur's Gate 3 in multiplayer, but it's if you're looking at more of a multiplayer as like a short form thing, then
no, it's like calling Dark Souls a multiplayer game. Like you can spawn a thing and multiplayer people can appear. It's not a multiplayer game. But I digress. There's so many games. There's so many games that are great games this year. This has really been the year of gaming, and
a lot of great games this year.
Oh yeah. Game of the year. I don't even know what to say. Like at first when Tears of the Kingdom came out, I was like, oh, it's Tears of the Kingdom, no question. And then
Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate comes out, and Mario Wonder comes out,
and I haven't played Mario Wonder yet.
Like it's like
Baldur's Gate 3 is my game of the year.
Yeah, for me, it's still Zelda. But like Baldur's Gate 3 is
and next year, it'll be for me. Just seeing what's coming out, it'll be between Like a Dragon: Infinite Wealth and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Assuming they do Final Fantasy, and they did with the first one with the not Rebirth, there's remix, remaster, whatever remaster. That's what they called it, and then we have Rebirth.
Yeah,
and then we're putting one more
remake. Suikoden 2 Remaster's coming out, and Well, Eiyuden Chronicles could change everything, but I'm keeping my expectations low, so I'm not hurt.
Yeah, I don't think next year will be like this year where it's back to back to back to back to fire to fire. Even though I'm not a Starfield, like I've enjoyed Starfield, like the fact we've got so many top tier, really fun, great games. It's been the wallet has been in pain.
Man, Andrew, I wish you could play Baldur's Gate because you would like it.
Andrew,
it's just D&D. It's just D&D the game.
Andrew, you need to figure it out. You either get a PS5, a laptop, something, and play Baldur's Gate. It is a U game if I've ever seen a U game.
Yeah, and then Sarah can sit there with you and help you make decisions.
Well, which is
and you can decide who to romance, and then watch the steamy scenes together.
That's also how we play. So yeah, that works.
Oh, dude. And Baldur's Gate has come a long way because this game, if you recall, and Maddie, I know you this 3 years ago was in early access, and when it first came out, it was terrible. Busted, broken, story didn't work, story wasn't good, characters didn't work. It looked nasty and janky. But you know what? 3 years of being in early access and going through development can really make a game much better, right? And now, after 3 years of polish, it's fabulous. That's great. Fabulous. Yeah, you need to get this on something.
Well, and tell me about like, so I know when Starfield first came out too, that real, I mean, you know me, I'm a space guy. Like that sounded pretty interesting as well. I have no platform that can play it.
Well, first of all, because it's a Bethesda game, I wouldn't touch it for like 3 years. Especially this one. A lot of loading errors. It's gonna need its time. And unfortunately, because it came out right after Baldur's Gate, it didn't have a chance. But let it get its wings, and then see if maybe they change their mind about being Xbox and PC only.
Right. Let it simmer in the sauce a little bit. Let them go through the sort of debugging. That's what I like to do for any of these big companies now, is kind of let it get out there, let them do the debugging, and then I'll buy it like 2 years later or 3 years later.
Or just borrow my PS4 and play Mass Effect instead. I have all of them.
Okay, fair enough.
This is what I'll say about Starfield. It's like, what's really cool about a typical Bethesda game, and I'm not much of a Western RPG guy, I'm more of a Japanese kind of game player. I know y'all didn't know this, right? I still like, we'll talk about Final Fantasy 16 later. But typically, in these type of games, it's like, hey, you're here, you need to do a quest that's here. You can see it. You're like, oh, I need to go there. And typically in these open world type of games, like you walk around and stuff happens like, oh, I need help. Can you help me? Monsters attack. You finish that. Oh, could you do this? Like there's things that happen on the way to do the big thing you're trying to do. And there's little things that happen. Mm-hmm. Like Starfield doesn't have a lot of that. Like it's like push a button, oh, and you're in this planet. Or push a button and you're here. And there's not much to do in these planets. And that's really the challenge. But again, like Bethesda advertises there's thousands of planets and all these things to do, but 1,000 planets to do. But like if you're trying to scope for 1,000 planets, it's hard to like scope in those little interseries things where you're like, oh, I want to do this quest and do this little thing. These things that pick you up as you're trying to do the thing, right? Yep. And that was what's really beautiful about Skyrim. You can't see it up there. It's because you were trying to go do the thing. You can do things.
You just find your way. Okay. But yeah. It's tough. I mean, space games are hard to do. I mean, we know Tina loves No Man's Sky, and I know that's significantly improved.
Yep.
In the past several years. I also heard Cyberpunk improved.
I will counter this. It depends on what you want out of the game. Yeah. If you want, because they've introduced like PvP and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I liked the original concept of exploration as a game. That to me, I enjoyed that original aspect of it, being alone out there in space and exploring the wilderness. That is what really drew me. Yeah. So all this updated stuff that people really wanted, to me, it's actually more of a drawback now. I'm like, oh, there's too many people. I don't want to encounter other players.
Can you turn that off though?
Yeah, so you have different modes of play. But if you're interested to see what the other side is, you're like, and they've added some stuff that I don't know. Yeah. I've got mixed feelings about the addition to what it is. Yeah. It depends on what you want out of a game.
I want to chill by myself.
Yeah, me too.
I love multiplayer games, but oftentimes I just want to just do this. It's fine.
Yeah, I like multiplayer games if it's with my friends I know.
Yeah. Right.
I don't like random. Like,
I get stranger danger online.
Like well, and I'm always worried that as a teammate, if I'm with someone I don't know, I'm worried that I won't be as good, and then I'll feel bad for putting down the team.
Yeah, you're not the good healer. Why aren't you healing me right? Why aren't you like, being the warrior? Why aren't you being
It's
the buff?
stressful.
Yeah.
So I'd rather if it's my friends. There's some
Well, we played Final Fantasy 14 with our friends, and there was some stress involved in that. There's some of that. I was just like, yeah, I'm not good enough.
Yeah, we were behind
Chronicles.
too, which
hold
sucks.
the thing. Yep.
Crystal Chronicles different. That's better.
Hold the thing.
I tell you what I'm sad about.
What?
They just announced last week they canceled Revenant Hill, which I was super excited about.
What was that?
So you've never played Night in the Woods. It's by
they canceled the sequel, like spiritual successor or whatever.
So it does is a spiritual successor, I guess. It's not quite a sequel. Originally I thought it was going to be a sequel, but it still had the same art feel and stuff. And I really enjoyed the vibe of
I'm surprised they canceled. Night in the Woods did well, right?
Yeah. It did.
It did do very well. They said that they had to walk away from it for the health of the team, which I totally respect.
Oh, well, that's hey, props, because most of the video game industry doesn't do that.
Right? But it still said, I'm hoping that maybe they might be able to rekindle that at some point in time. But it was sad to hear.
Yeah, that's a fantastic game. I encourage everyone to try it out. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Well, Andrew, I can't wait to hear from your wife and see how she likes the game.
It sounds like she might be completely enthralled in it already. Yeah.
Just get ready to hear that music all the time, Andrew.
Probably not going to hear from her for the next several hours. Yeah.
It's fine. This is fine. It's all good. It's all good.
It's all good.
Folks, I'm about to wind down here because I'm getting a little tired because I'm at
absolutely
the near condition. But before we get out of here, I did want to give a quick shout out. I'm wearing my retro near mint condition shirt.
Hey,
because if you don't know, near mint condition surpassed 90,000 subscribers maybe a week or two ago.
They're doing a giveaway on Saturday. We can't
flowers. Flowers.
But I will make sure that Elliot's in the chat.
There you go. Yes.
So
we are not eligible, but yeah.
We are not eligible, but I will be stepping in to help Omar do the giveaway. So you may see me on the live stream.
Awesome. Yes. Excellent. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
That's a big freaking deal. Big freaking deal. Absolutely. So.
Yep. You know what else is a big freaking deal? Every one of you all. Because this is a lot of fun. I really enjoy doing this. And everybody in the chat too. Thanks for joining us.
Yay.
There they are this way.
I pointed the right way.
Yeah, I'm pointing this way. There they are.
Yeah.
And my brain is like, no, it's here. No, it's here. That's what they are.
Does that flip thing.
Yeah, there we go. There. Now you can really point at it.
Here and here. We love y'all for real. We really do.
Every live stream, I learn one new thing about how StreamYard works, and I just learned how to move people around.
All right,
guys.
Y'all, it's been fun. Good catching up. Thanks for joining us. Rob, you want to give us a send off?
Enjoy food, enjoy time with family, get some time off, play some video games. That's what I'm going to do because I have not had a chance to play the video games that I want to do. So now that's what I'm going to do. It's going to be great. Oh, the in-laws. I'm sorry. I'm sick. Video games. That's what I'm going to do. Right? That's it. Don't tell them that. But thank you very much. It's good to see you. Good to see you all too as well.
Yep. All right. See you, folks.
Peace.
Bye,
Cheers.
guys.
Bye.